Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everyone had a fantastic Wednesday. I hope you're all having a great Thursday so far today. Foe, C, Paint Chips, Sandman, Bop, Pretentious, Zelda, Nerdin, Twigs, Bings, G. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing fantastically. If I missed you, I hope you're all doing well. Mags?
If months were years, it would be our silver anniversary.
A generous bestowal.
That's wild. Patch, thank you for the biddies. Gandalf,
Happy Thursday. A son tells his father, I have an imaginary girlfriend. The father sighs and says, you know, you could do better. Thanks, Dad, the son says. The father shakes his head and goes, I was talking to your girlfriend.
Patch, thank you for the biddies. Mags, thank you so much for 25 months. Thank you so much for the tier 3. I really appreciate it. Why not just get a VTuber rig? You still need to use a camera for that. So I don't want to set up a camera at the Mo. So no, I will ban you from this channel, Zelda. Absolutely ban.
Buy that Kickstarter item.
I'm hoping Pretentious to have a green screen or something set up at some point. We're waiting to see how long we're going to end up being here. Don't really know how long it's going to be. Once I have a better idea of what the plan is going forward, then then I'll make decisions as to what I want to invest in for here versus just waiting to get into a house. Glitch, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Glitch, if you have a tutorial or something, shoot it over to me. I'll take a look at it. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. So, Patch, actually, I heard a really funny dad joke. I'll give you this one for free. For later streams. I don't know. I had to turn my gain down a bit, see, because it's very echoey in here. So everything is balanced to my old office, so I might have to readjust sounds and stuff. So just let me know if anything audio-wise is off, and I'll tweak it. I heard this dad joke the other day, and it was, what do you call a non-binary samurai? They/them. Pins.
2 years, baby ye. Less than 3, Tuggington. I am glad you're here. It's always so good to see you.
Pins. Thank you so much for 2 years. My goodness. Thank you. Sorry if I'm low. I will bump the gain up just a touch, but it gets very boomy and echoey in here, so. Okay. Yeah, I heard that one last night, at some point yesterday I heard it, and it was really good. It made me actually laugh out loud, so. Our 1-year anniversary is tomorrow. Aw. Really? It feels like it should have been so much longer than that. Stereo, good to see you. I hope you're well. Am I getting you flowers? You know my opinion on flowers. So I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow. I had thought about maybe streaming tomorrow, doing not really a Flex Friday stream, but maybe streaming some Valheim from the brand new Valheim community server, which just got set up yesterday. If you're interested, I am still partnered with Gportal, who are fantastic hosts. If you need to host a server, they're very, very, very responsive. Like #ad aside, they're super responsive and fun to work with. The other thing is, if you need to host a server with friends, you can generate a link where your friends can just put, like, instead of having to give you money or give somebody else money for them to upkeep the server, you can have people put credit directly onto the server account with a little link. It's super, super clean and easy. So our Valheim server is hosted on Gportal servers. It took like 3.5 seconds to set up. So if you're interested in that, it's the community server channel in Discord. It is password protected. If you want to hop in, you just have to DM myself or one of the mods, and we'll give you the password. Just want to make sure that rando folks don't hop in to ruin the experience. So just a small little bit of friction to hop in, but otherwise everyone is welcome. Valheim is a progression game, so just let people know if you don't want the progression to be spoiled for you, because that can happen in Valheim. If somebody gives you an item that you don't have access to, it will unlock all the recipes associated with that item and stuff leading up to it. So, yeah. Anyway, if you're interested, you can hop in and play some Valheim. I am going to be streaming from the Valheim server. I believe Zelda streamed from the Valheim server yesterday, so it should be a lot of fun. The Minecraft server file, if you're interested, the old community Minecraft server file is available in that channel. It's pinned. You can download it if you want to play on that world and keep building what you were building. It is available for you to check out. So, Scarred Vulcan, good to see you. We're doing all right, actually. Honestly, we're doing okay. The apartment is bigger and better than we thought it was going to be, which is good. There is enough room for me to set up my desk and not be completely obtrusive to everybody's lives, which is great. So it means there will be more regular streams going forward. It'll be camless like this is now. I am gesturing wildly like I'm still on cam. Just want you to know so you can have the visual. I am talking with my hands. Lala. So we were very concerned that we were going to move into something that was going to just be oppressive and difficult to deal with, which we were already going through, but it turns out that it's not that bad. It's roomier than we thought, and it's going to be, while it's not super comfortable, it's not overwhelming. So it does take a lot of the stress off of having to find something immediately, because the market is ridiculous. Have neighbors complained about pennyborks yet? Actually, no, Paint Chip. The one neighbor on one side of us, we kind of sit in the corner of the building. So on either side, there are dogs in those apartments, and they're amazing.
One last one before I got to pay attention in this last-minute 2-hour meeting. If you donate 1 kidney, everybody loves you, and you're a total hero. But donate 5 and suddenly everyone is yelling. Sheesh.
Patch, thank you for the biddies. Enjoy your meeting. She doesn't really get to make friends. She yells at them. But the one on one side is a pity boxer mix she is the sweetest little thing I have. Like one of the sweetest little dogs I've ever met. And the other one on the other side is a Frenchie, who is also gorgeous and really nice. So haven't had any issues with any of the other dogs. There's actually a family on a different floor that has 3 huskies in an apartment. But I love huskies. They're a lot. They are the best behaved huskies I have ever seen. They must do a lot with them during the day. Either they have somebody that works them out all day, but they sit out on their little balcony at night, like overlooking the area where we walk Penny. And the 3 of them just sit on the balcony and watch us, like totally content. They're really, really well behaved. I haven't heard them howl or carry on, so they must run them into the ground during the day. It was funny to listen to his whining and howling when their dogs barked. Yeah. LaFay, how's it going? Spence, good to see you. They drug them? No, they're bright-eyed. They don't have the look of a doped-up dog. Lala, your dog hasn't learned to bark yet? Oh, he will. And you'll look back on these days fondly. Rachel Kitten, good to see you. He's only 1/5 husky, but he's content to just go outside and sit on the deck watching the sky for an hour at a time. That's great. That's great. Yeah, they might be older, Nerden. Either that or genuinely, like, they they have somebody or they take them somewhere where they just run them ragged every day. Because I have never seen huskies behave like that. They're so calm and collected. Meanwhile, Penny is just screaming at them, and they're just sitting impassively staring at her. It's rather funny. So the plan for today is on Tuesday we did Steam Next Fest demos. That was a lot of fun. We got to try out a bunch of cool games. No, they're definitely huskies. At least one of them might be a Malamute based on coloration. The other two are definitely huskies. Definitely. Yeah, they're super high energy countertop. It's something that we've talked about before. You really need to, if you're going to get a dog, you really need to understand the energy level and the needs of that dog and make sure that you get a dog that fits your lifestyle. Because you can very easily get a dog that requires way more than you're ready and willing to give. So, Michael Dentures. You would consider owning a Malamute? You would never own a husky. I would only own a husky if we had like a farm and they could just go out and run around in a field. This isn't Darkest Dungeon 2. Mikey, I'm tempted. But I want to play more demos today. Darkest Dungeon 2 had a big patch yesterday or the day before that added a ton of content. Lots of new enemies. Boy, that game is good. It's going to be great. I can't wait till it's done. But boy, it's so much fun. It's kind of like playing Hades through its development. You can see how good it's going to be. And just each iteration as they go through it. And they're talking about adding Act 2 soon. So, yeah. A 6-foot-tall fence. Or taller. Wife boat. Badger, you old dog. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Nerdy Knots, how's it going? Oh, Candace, hi. Aw, it's great to see you, Nerdy. That's going to tongue-tie me a couple times. It's great to see you, Candace. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry about the name stuff, but Nerdy Knots is a very, very good name, so it's not a step down. Sultanis, how's it going? Badger, 31
All
months.
groovy here.
My goodness. Thank you so much, buddy. It's great to see you. That's a long time, man. Jeez. In all those months, I still haven't seen you paint a single thing. So I haven't seen Granny, but I also haven't streamed that much Nerdy Knots. I haven't been around. I don't have a cam up because we just moved into an apartment. We sold our house, so we're kind of in transition. So I haven't been able to stream much. So we haven't seen Granny, at least here. Her husband finally retired. That's awesome. Granny's been stopping by Zelda streams. There you go. Granny is fantastic. If you don't know Gaming Granny, that's a you problem. You're missing out. She's lovely. You're nearing the threshold, Gandalf, so careful. So plan for today. We are gonna play more demos from the Steam Next Fest. If you don't know what the Next Fest is, it's an event that Steam holds every spring that a ton, it's like 600 or 800 different games put out demos so that you can try them out. The vast majority of them are small indie developers who either have a bad publishing deal, no publisher, are self-published, or are working with indie publishers. And it's a great opportunity for them to get their games out there and get eyes on games that you generally would just fall by the wayside without a real way to get in front of an audience. So if you want to kill a couple hours, most of the games are tiny. I think I only downloaded maybe 2 out of like the 20 or so that I've installed that were over a gig. So you can download them, play them, try it out. They're really fun. We've had a ton of fun with the ones that we played on Tuesday. We're going to play a bunch more today. So lucky to have her as your mom. Aw. She is a sweetheart. So Nimmer, great to see you. I hope you're well. Okay, so I took some suggestions in Discord after Tuesday's stream for games to add. The list of what the demos that I have today, I very much doubt we're going to get through all of them, but we'll do our best to kind of skim through a bunch of them so that we can get a good look at them. I have Adapt, Amy, AMI, Beacon Pines, Card Shark, Celestial Empire, Chambers of Devious Design, Children of Silent Town, Fata Deum, Nightmare Journey, Serpent Rogue, Tree of Life, Audriel, The Unliving. That is the list of ones we got. Tugboat, welcome in. Learn how to spell the word first. I mean, come on. That's just making me look bad. I don't know how to spell, all right? Okay. So we're going to jump through a whole bunch of demos. We're going to start with Adapt because I think this might be in the wheelhouse for my gameplay. It looks really interesting. There's a character creation portion that, we might spend some time on. Scotch, how's it going? Good to see you. And Tiger's fan, if I didn't say hi to you, I hope you're well. Don't know anything about Chambers of Devious Design, but it's a fantastic name. It is a fantastic name. There goes the demo stream. Okay, you know what? Memento, how's it going? Welcome to the Adapt Prologue. Thank you for trying the demo. Please remember it's still pre-early access. Boom. New game. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Doc, how's it going? Thank you so much for 45 months. As I said to Twiggy, imagine being a founder on this channel. This absolute, devastatingly poorly run channel. You have a peanut butter cup, Michael? I hope your day looks up. Okay, wait. Species editing. This is gonna be a while, y'all. Hold up. Let's take the music down a notch. Okay. Isn't there a DBD monster that looks like this? Probably. Okay. Welcome to the Species Editor. This tutorial will teach you everything you need to know. Remember that you can disable and re-enable this information by using the I button. Use the color wheel to customize your species colors. Habitability preview helps to estimate your species' preferred temperature and climate. Life cycle control metabolic features such as size, lifespan, and reproductive traits. Highlight each section for more information. Attributes control how effective your animal is when competing with other species. Increase these stats by acquiring new genes and adaptions. Oh man, is this like... This feels like Spore a bit? Where are its arms? We're getting there. Abilities offer special behavioral advantage, which control your diet, social behaviors, and special attacks or defenses. Is it a fighting game? Where we're going, we don't need arms, yeah. Undo and redo, rewind and restore changes. Species library, save your species. Evolution points are spent to develop your species. Be sure not to use up more points than you have. Will something horrible happen? Part shop. Drag a part from the shop to purchase it. Oh. Part editing. Scale the parts using the mouse wheel. More editor controls will be coming in future updates. Okay. Okay. antlers, frills, horns, mandibles, scutes, and tusks. Compound eyes, external ears. Oh boy. Limbs. Fin flaps. Should we give him some fin flaps? It's aquatic. Gains speed in water. Oh, I can just click on each piece. Oh no. Couldn't I scale the piece with mouse wheel? That doesn't seem to be working. Hang on. What does this stuff do? Habitability. Main detail. Oh. Oh, okay. Here we go. Now we got some coloration. Main. We gotta do like hot pink, right? It's basically a necessity. And the stream's just 8 hours of this. What? It's entirely too early to hear you say fin flaps. But my flaps are finny. No. I'm gonna... Wifeboat is threatening me with violence. Tugboat, have a fantastic day at work. Thanks for coming by. We all appreciate it. Size. Oh, that changes the habitability. Okay. So, the bigger we make it, the colder it has to be. Lifespan. I can't change. Oh, those are locked. Okay. Mating season. Fall. We can't adjust the annual. It's an insectivore. I don't want it to be an insectivore. It's Barney with no arms for now. We could do some grinding or gripping. It's not. So this is a suction mouth. Nothing about what is happening right now is going well. Neck. Oh, what are those? Those are his eyes? Chest hair? Oh, why? Why are they flappy? Why are they flappy? Look at these. Are those arms or ears? Are those, I don't. Let's give him a longer body. I'm not doing it. It's not me. I'm simply following the prompts of the game. For the soft body. Oh, tail. Donkey tail? We could add a fin. Kinda thinking maybe a whale tail? The game made me do it. Jovial, how's it going? Listen, interesting fin flaps. Let's make him an arthropod. Oh god. What is this spore? It does feel like somebody really enjoyed the spore creature part and then decided to just make a game about it. He's very wide. You notice that? He's very wide. He's a wide boy. How do I add... Do gripping teeth? Or should we stick with... Oh, he's got an underbite now. I can't really modify things at the moment. He's not that chonky. He's got a long whale tail, some spider legs, and these are ears. So he's blind. completely blind. Oh no. I have figured something out. Okay. Okay. We need a frill? It needs to be on either side for speed. Yep. The underbite I like. We'll need some mandibles. Oh no, that replaced the frills. Okay. Figuring it out. Those are ears, Gandalf. Get your mind out of the gutter. We'll put some mandibles by the ears for protection. See? You gotta protect the ears. I did not have a mohawk as a teen, okay? Let's go there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now you can see the whale tail. See? Yeah. Yeah. I like it. So we have... I don't know why it's suddenly becoming a spider dinosaur. I don't want to talk about it. Can we put horns? I mean, I wouldn't want to... I think... I think it's good. It's good. Let's get antlers and fins for speed. What are our other leg options? What if we give them, like, chonky legs in the middle? Or in the back? See, they're only for attack, so he can rear up on his little legs. So it'll rear up on its chunky little legs, and then use its mandibles to grasp. Okay. Wife was yelling at me. For some reason it has a very low sneak coefficient and no defense, but it is purely attack. All right. There's not much in this game. Like, there's not really any actual gameplay. There's just this. So, if you want to make some horrific things, you can try out the adapt demo. I'm gonna stop before I get carried away even further. There is some very, very small amount of gameplay where you drop your character into the world and then you interact with other animals and conquer and evolve and absorb other traits from other animals and stuff. It seems like it could be interesting. It's kind of like what I think everybody hoped Spore would end up being, at least that section of Spore. Yeah. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's try, that was adapt. Let's try out the unliving. That was uncomfortable. So we're going to try out this one. It's called The Unliving. Be a necromancer. It looks good. If it launches, anyway. Penny's getting mad at me. It's just a game demo, Gandalf, so there wasn't a ton of... there's not a ton of gameplay in it yet. Penny's oh! That's a desktop crash. That's not good. Penny wanted to eat the bug. Let's try that one more time. Who is Penny? That's a great question, Mikey. Who is Penny? Lifeboat's eating breakfast and Penny's mad about it. Before I get carried away. Yeah, paint chips. I hadn't even begun to be carried away yet. Oh. Oh. I think it's going to crash again. Well, Penny's actually doing really well in the apartment overall. Okay. That's what we like to call a hard lock, kids. And there's desktop. Okay. All right, we're going to skip that one. Let's try out Amy. AMI. At least it didn't blue screen. Yeah, if I suddenly disappear, it's because my PC can't handle all these different games that we're trying to throw at it. Hey, I heard your PC's not running really well. Why don't you play a whole bunch of random games that are completely unoptimized for a while? That should go well, right? Oh. We have gameplay. Arrow keys to move. Z to jump. X to use. And C to take. Okay. Guess it's time for Elden Ring. Don't tempt me, Michael. I'm genuinely tempted. The Wandering... Was it the Wandering Village? The one on the back of the dinosaur? That was really good. That one I'm probably going to end up buying. Yeah, Ed, what's going on? Oh. I'm looking at chat and just holding down run. I should probably not. Come on. I'm doing pretty well, Yid. I hope you're having a good week. We're supposed to get some, like... Do I jump over this? Do I use this? Do I take this? Okay, apparently you take the chest. Can I... Do I just keep shoving it off the cliff? I feel like... Oh! We're good. Oh, we gotta swing. Got it. Psh. Why can't I... Oh, I can jump up on the chests. Aha. Okay. You just gotta get a running start. Have a good meeting, Bishop. Wait, what? What? Settings. Do I need both of these?
Tug dance, tug love.
Settings, thank you so much for 8 months. I hope you're doing well. There we go. Got it. Mama Freya, thank you so much for the lurk. And Will, great to see you. X. Ah. Okay. I wonder if this is probably designed primarily for controller. Would be my guess. Alright, I'm gonna need something to put on top of that, maybe? Yeah, we're pretty much settled into the apartment. We've been here for about a week. Yeah, it's just it seems to be just a puzzle platformer, Lala. Aha. Mikey, have a great day at work, bud. Oh. The controls are a little difficult on PC. Lot of work our student employee was doing completely wrong. Oh no, nerd. Good luck. I see switches with lights. Okay. We probably have to activate this elevator. Oh. Turn the lights out. Let's bring this over. I like the art style. It's pretty interesting. Like almost like a paper cutout kind of style. Why can't I use? Interesting. It has no music. That is correct. What is up here? Oh, how did that come up? Wait. There's nothing up there. Can I get this swinging? Ooh. It does add to the eeriness, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get enough swing going. Oh, that's why I needed to do that. Okay. I got it. Got it. What? What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, wait, what? I just fell inside the door. Why do you have a gun? What? That escalated quickly.
You're being nasty.
Okay. Okay. I think... Oh, geez. And that's desktop. Okay. Well. That escalated quickly. I have no idea what just happened. But maybe that's a good place to stop that one anyway, because that was weird. That got weird real quick. Okay, let's try next one. 10 out of 10 demo. I mean, it leaves you wanting to know what just happened. Yeah, that one's gonna be that one's definitely gonna be memorable. Okay, let's try out this one. I believe Magra D recommended this one. We're gonna try Beacon Pines. See what this one has in store. All of these that I'm playing today are available. The demos are available if you want to try them out yourself. So it's a demo. You might run into bugs. Not as innocent as it may look. Expect some heavy topics and light cursing. Okay. Ooh. Good lightning sound.
Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book. Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told. In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself. It is in that way that my book is special. It is in that way that you are special. Without you, there is no story. Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be.
Great music.
This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
Dot, what's going on? That's fair, Jovial. Eric, how's it going? Good morning. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Look at him. Oh. He's adorable. Look at his face. This is Beacon Pines. It's a demo. We're doing all Next Fest demos, so. It is stunning, yeah. Look at his face. Aw.
Rollo was Luca's closest friend. He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them.
LeFay is actually Rollo.
Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes and the flowers on the grave.
yeah, running through the dandelions. Oh. Tickle.
Wonderful! I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed.
The tickle charm?
Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
I'm just gonna run through the dandelions for a while. I could do this forever.
Rollo looked to the side suspiciously.
They might be watching. They who? A secure location. Little kids' conversations are incredible. Mission control is at the treehouse. Yeah, it's an interesting game design overall, Jovial, between the narration and the text-based conversations. Could come down to cost.
Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house.
So, are we trying to collect charms? Like
Since Grant
hidden
had moved
object
in,
stuff?
The house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric.
Yeah, how dare you tell me there's a thing to find? Now I have to find it. Ponder.
Gren had already lit the fire. She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation. One of his father's old stethoscopes. Luca had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it.
Have you lived if you haven't slid out of a chair like that?
Not for years, though.
That's how you stand up.
Luca paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet. Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said.
Hide. Oh yeah, we got a couple charms now. Why are there two?
Luca tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air.
Chill.
Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation.
Oh wait, is this
Gran's
Gran's
bed was
bed?
undisturbed.
Ah, okay.
Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
The music is gorgeous. Wait, hang on. I missed something.
Just some dusty knickknacks.
Dusty Knickknacks is the name of my ska band. Is his tail wagging? Turn the sink off, child.
A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Junk.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
Thought we were gonna get a hutch charm. Oh, something's gone wrong in there. So we're just gonna leave it open? It's definitely a child.
This is quite exciting. I am now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic. You are about to encounter your first turning point.
Turning point.
There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word.
Oh.
Use the various charms you've collected to alter events, and thus completely rewrite the fate of Beacon Pines.
Oh, cool. Okay.
This is no small thing. So step forth, dear reader, and grasp hold of destiny itself.
So the charms are words. So it's almost like a choose your own adventure. And by inserting the different word, you get a different result. Oh, that's cool.
A beginner's guide to gardening laid open on the bench.
The old English major in me is very happy right now. Gran is very pretty.
The less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
Oh. We're just gonna go junk for the day. Ponder, hide, chill. Oh, so the symbol that was on the line was a heart. So that means any charm that has a heart on it, we can use. Okay. Penny. Penny. Ma'am. Ma'am. That's honestly like among the most she's barked since we've moved in here. What's the problem? What's the problem? Hi. Okay. Zoe just hopped from the couch. We're just gonna go hide. I'm gonna go with hide.
We were just gonna go hide for the day. Traditionally, when one is trying to hide something, they avoid literally using the word hide.
Yeah, but we're a dumb kid. That's what makes it funny. Aren't you a little old for that? Can I go hide for the day, right? It's a whole mood.
All's well that ends well. Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms. A simple word can change the course of history. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle.
The Chronicle.
The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made.
Oh, so it's a branching tree.
You can
Awesome.
see the turning point, which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. This
Oh, awesome.
conversation with Gran seems innocent enough. The perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things.
The Grand Jury.
We were just gonna go ponder for the day. This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi. Nailed it.
Medium pondering. That's really cool. So at any point, you can go back. Yeah, so the heart symbol, you can see the heart symbols lit up on the charms. So it gives you all the options. Oh, I love a good branching tree. That's so cool. There was what was that game? The Letter. If you've never played The Letter, it has a massive branching tree. It's a kind of a visual novel, kind of a horror game, but it is so good. So if you find more heart symbols later, wonder if you can use them here. It seems like it, Mags. Like you'd be able to, like late game, if you find a heart, go all the way back to the first decision and change it and start a new branch. I do love a good branching tree. It's really cool. It's something that a lot of games, like they hide. A lot of games will hide that kind of thing from you. Like that stuff like goes on in the background. But having it open so that you can see the inflection points on the story and where it branches out in different ways is really cool. It's a lot of fun. Okay, that's really neat. I don't want to spend like too much time on each one because we have a bunch to get through, and I want to make sure y'all get a chance to see a bunch of different games that are out there, because I never, without this event, I never would have seen that game probably. So let me take a real quick 2-minute break. I just want to refill my coffee, and I'm going to get Penny a little bit of breakfast so she calms down. So quick 2-minute break. As always on breaks, I run a quick ad, so it's a great time to get up, look away from the screen, move around if you can, grab a drink, grab a snack, hit the restroom, whatever you need to do. I will be right back. Ho! Ho! Oh! Oh! Oh my!
No, the shark is coming for him. No.
Yeah, pretty much. Are these the Quarians? Is he dead? At all. You eating a self-made pizza? Nice. I'm doing well today, Mike. Mark.
Ooh,
Whoa!
I just got hit by a train.
Did we both just get hit by a train?
Did you get hit as well?
Yes.
You did. we got hit by the train.
Wait.
It lost $700.
I lost $1,800,
Oh,
Mikey.
I lost $700.
What?
Can someone clip that, please? Because I need to see how that happened.
How did we both just get hit by a train? You know what, Mikey? So until tomorrow, as always, as ever, remember. Be good to each other. Bye, guys. Taking too much damage! No! 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 What do I do now? Am I right? I landed on it, and that killed it.
Don't be so greedy. Indulge.
Win
me,
a series of
and
rock,
let me
paper, scissors
report
matches to
you
convince
shall
the other
slay.
party. Put points into charisma to gain an advantage. Press space to skip. We will skip. That assigns a random person to win. I'm not going to play rock, paper, scissors with myself. Although that would be kind of fun. I wonder who would win. Probably me.
Very well, have it your way.
Intact ankles are overrated? Listen. Well, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. So we could do this one and this one.
Generous bestowal.
In 1972, a crack commando
Need the
unit
drums
was
in
sent to
background.
prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I'm a child. Okay. All right. I'm back. Let's jump into our next game. I think the next one we're going to try is Chambers of Devious Design, which is just a great name. I mean, I had to wait for the A-Team song to end. That's, like, mandatory. Is this gonna work? Yay. Do. Okay. Hey there. I love this guy. Play demo. Oh, we get different characters. Okay. Difficulty, normal, hard, master. Easy. Let's stick with normal. Start with ability Hidden Potential. Let's do the tutorial first. Thank you, Paint Chips. And who might you be? A new minion, huh? Well, let's put you to good use. I need a new lair. Go build me one, and you better make it evil. Okay. Okay, so we have available rooms. Our objective is to score 60 points. Bonus goals, utility room times 5, 3 random abilities, garden times 4, 7 score, entertainment room times 5, 9 score. Okay. Welcome to Chambers of Devious Design. With each match, you are tasked with building a new evil lair for an evil mastermind. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of, Mags. Looking at the Steam page. In each match, you start with only one room. You can expand your lair by placing new rooms next to your existing rooms so that 2 doorways are facing each other. Okay, so the white spots are doorways. Control the camera with SAD W. Scroll up and down. Left button to select a room, right button to cancel. Q and E to rotate. Go ahead and try placing a few rooms. Okay. So we have the Mummy Dust Mill, type magic. Completion effect, gain an ability. +1 score for each neighbor of type entertainment. Okay. Type entertainment. Completion effect, gain a perk. The Chamber of Sinister Gatherings. It's just the party room. The Ominous Courtyard is a garden. Increase the score of this room by the number of neighbors. Okay. The Self-Destruct Chamber, it's utility type. Choose a random bonus. The Rare Coin Dump, economy tile. Increase the score of neighbor rooms by 1. And the Den of Theatrics, entertainment type. Gain a perk. +1 score for each neighbor of type magic. So we have this. The Mummy Dust Mill gets +1 for each neighbor of the entertainment value. And we have 2 entertainment tiles. So should be able to do it. Dicey, how's it going? Oh, you know what? Let's not lead with that. Hang on. Let's lead with the courtyard. Then increase the score of neighbor rooms. That's the starter. Okay, so we need to get this guy, the Mummy Dust Mill. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I can rotate. Never mind. There we go. Let's put you here. This won't connect, will it? Unless he can kind of like... No. Oh, once it's placed, you can't move it. Well, then. Wonder if there's a difference between neighbor and adjacent? That's a good question. Okay, so once you commit a tile, it is committed. Put the self-destruct chamber over here. You can find more details about a room by hovering the mouse cursor over that room. Each room has a score value, which is counted towards the total score of the player who owns that room. The score of a room also acts as the defense level of that room. Sabotage effects can reduce the score of a room, and if any room has their score reduced to 0, that room will get destroyed. A room will also get instantly destroyed if any of its doorways are directly connected to a doorway belonging to another player. Some rooms have a room type symbol next to their score. This means that the room will gain a bonus score if it receives a neighbor room of that specific type. Rooms are considered neighbors if their walls are touching each other. Okay, so they don't have to be connected by a door. They just have to have touching walls. Okay. All room types have a unique room effect. With most rooms, this effect can be activated by completing that room. A room is considered completed when all of the doorways in that room are connected to other doorways. Okay. Sabotage rooms are a special room type, which have an effect that is activated immediately when the room is placed. Okay. So in order to complete the Mummy Dust Mill, we just have to have walls touching, but we need to connect... I don't know if I can connect anything. I don't have anything that narrow other than this guy, which now I regret placing there. Unless we can turn this one. No, I don't think that's going to work. Maybe? Nah. Okay, so I've completely screwed this up. Basically. From the outset. When only one room remains available, the room selection with a new set of rooms will be generated. Oh. Okay. These are all things that I wish the tutorial had mentioned previously. The Spooky Terrace. Experimental transmutation. You can gain an extra score or other bonuses by being the first one to complete the bonus goals of the match. Okay, so is this going to end up being multiplayer? This is Chambers of Devious Design, Julie. It seems like it's going to be a multiplayer tile laying game. Oh, I got an ability. Oh, I got more abilities. During the match, you can gain passive perks. These will give you a bonus score when you collect rooms of a specific type or perform specific actions. During the match, you might also gain special abilities, which you can use before placing a room. Double-clicking will activate abilities that don't require a target. Abilities that do require a target can be activated by clicking on the ability first and choosing a viable target. Tyne, how's it going? Yeah, that whole tutorial sequence, like I get this is just the tutorial board, so they're like eking out the information slowly, but it would have been nice to know that stuff from the start. Redesign. Usable once, refresh available rooms, so that'll dump your hand and draw new rooms. Interesting. Increase the room score by 2, increase the room score by 2. Okay. What is this bonus? Plus 3 for each neighbor of an economy type. We definitely need to put a spooky terrace adjacent to something here. I really want to put it adjacent to this because it gets a bonus, but nothing's really working in my favor as far as that layout goes. Player icon shows the total score for each player. Hovering the mouse cursor over the player icon will reveal additional details about the score and any abilities or perks that the player might have. You can also click on the player icon to highlight any rooms belonging to that player. So the multiplayer aspect is going to be interesting. So there's going to be a pace thing that comes into play here. Okay, so this gets entertainment adjacency bonus too. So you can press space or the eye symbol to toggle quick info bars at the top of rooms. You can press the grid symbol to toggle the helper grid. Okay, so that just shows you. Ah, okay, that's cool. Thought someone was talking incoherently? Yeah, no, that's Penny talking incoherently in the background. This scores for utility. That's a utility room. Once the win condition has been reached and all players have an equal amount of turns, the player with the most points wins. The win condition can be different from one match to another. If you cannot place a room anywhere for 2 turns in a row, you will lose the match. This is the end of the tutorial. You can play until victory or return to the main menu. Okay, let's go back to the main menu. And try a demo match. Okay, so we're competing now against someone. Back off. There is a great, really simple board game called Monster Factory. If you have kids, no matter how old they are, I highly recommend it. It's a tile laying game where you build monsters, so you have to connect like tentacles to tentacles, and you score based on how many eyeballs you have and stuff. But even if you have super little kids, it's just fun to make ridiculously huge and weird monsters. And it kind of plays like this, where you have to compete. Oh, he draws from the same pool? Wait. Did he just play a tile from my... He's blue, I'm red. Do we take turns? So can I... He needs a garden type, so let's take the garden type. We do take turns, and we draw from the same pool. Can I, like, take over his rooms? Type utility. Score for magic type. That's garden. That's utility. Like, can I block? I want to give myself space to expand. Okay. That's entertainment, type garden, and that's a bonus for neighboring utility, so let's put you there. Seems to be a reskinned Castle of Mad King Ludwig, minus the bidding mechanism. Yeah, you're not wrong, Mags. I think I am not doing well. Completion is gain a perk. Is there a completion? Choose a random bonus. Placement effect. Shoots 3 cannonballs randomly. It tells you what direction it shoots them to. Yes! Oh, that's huge. Wait, did he just connect our 2 rooms? And he got a bonus? Ah, crap. Well, that didn't work out well. For me. What is that? What did he just do? Activate the completion or placement effect. Oh, so I can just activate a... Jube, how's it going? This is the Chambers of Devious Design. It's a... tile laying game that is pretty fun so far. Shoot a laser that deals 3 damage on impact. That's alright. That was my sabotage chamber? Oh no! I'm getting whooped. Do that. Barricade. Stop using abilities. Is there... No, that's placement only. Random bonus on that one. Random bonus on that one. That's not going to work well for me. I can't really place this to do anything to him. Here's another garden type increase. Can I squeeze that in there? Yeah. I am getting whooped right now. Gain a perk. So let's do this. We completed that room. Gain an additional turn. The next room triggers twice. Double room score. Let's get an additional turn. And wait, before I do that, let's do this. Do that. Room gets entertainment, economy, magic. Let's do that. And we'll steal this guy. And he's gonna nuke it. It's not going well. What is this? Sabotage. Destroy this room and deal 3 damage to neighboring enemy rooms. Oh, I can't put it on his? So... I can't get close enough to his stuff. Alright. That's a utility room. It's an entertainment room. Can't quite fit you in there. I need a tiny room, is what I need. How do you keep scoring so much? Stop scoring. Okay, what is that? Gain an ability. Gain an ability. Gain an ability. Type hallway. Completion is gain an extra turn. An unpleasant corridor. Yeah, but it doesn't connect in the ways that I need. Could put you there. Wow. 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 Yeah, you can turn that stuff off, so it's a little less overwhelming visually, but there's definitely a lot going on that I don't understand yet. Completion bonus seems to be a pretty huge thing. Dun, 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 dun. So close. How are you getting so many bonuses? It's really infuriating. It needs to end up touching. Entertainment type. Let's put you like that. I didn't get any adjacency bonus? Oh, that's utility, not magic. Well, he's got 65 points. I do not. We can get a completion bonus here and get a perk. Sabotage rooms get +1. Entertainment rooms get +1. Magic rooms get +1. We have a lot of entertainment rooms, so let's do that. Get the... I don't like this game anymore. It's not gone well. Why isn't there a door on the end of any of these? Let's put you here, because that'll do something. Can you? Can you? No. Can I replace this? No. So that just becomes a dead spot, huh? That's cool. I like that. Oh, come on. Rude. Do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Oh no, it's on top of the dead room. Oh, barricade closes off a doorway. I'm getting destroyed. He needs... yeah. I get one more turn, and then it's over. Basically. Is what just happened. Sunbeam Laboratory. Oh, can I put this somewhere that's gonna, like, really, really ruin his day? Those have 4 hit points. I need to hit something that has 3. I don't think I can really put it anywhere that's going to affect it. Alinsa, how's it going? Welcome in. Alright, let's just... defeat. Oh, I brought him back down to 80. Alright, that's a cool game. I like that game. It is, as Mag said, it is Castle of Mad King Ludwig vibes. Big time. Big time. That was Chambers of Devious Design. That's a pretty good one. I liked that. Let's try a different one. What else do we have? We tried the Unliving. That didn't work. Let's try Fata Deum. Fatadeum. Give that one a go and see what it's about. I think it's a god game. Thank you, Pernt. Audio. Thanks. Very dramatic music. Very dramatic menu. Love this. Match name. Enemy god, violence. Fertility, pleasure, deceit. Huh. Let's fight against violence. You played this, Jube? Please do share thoughts. Loading map. So are we competing deities? Is that... Is this the Stargate? Is this my PC sounding like an airplane about to take off and dropping frames? Bing, bing, bing. It's a map loading simulator. Is what it is. You can do it! One of the main reasons that I want to get into a house is so that I could build a PC. It's like Black and White, but the tutorial was even more annoying, and I couldn't make heads or tails of what to do. Oh, then I'm in horrible trouble. Because I am not good at these games, these types of games, to begin with. So, yeah. Are we talking like Stellaris level things to do, or something attainable? Just load slow. It's pre-early access demo. Yeah. All of them are. It's part of the process. So it makes it fun. Stellaris is a great game. You just have mush brain. Hi, can you see me? Testing. If you can see me, press the left mouse button. What happens if I don't? Godlike. So you're a powerful god? At least that's what I hope. Okay. Welcome to the demo. Let me introduce myself. I'm your imp, your beloved servant, and I'm here to help you. In this demo, you'll have access to all currently available features. You will just not be able to save or load the game, and the game will end after 6 days. Check the countdown below. Please consider this an early version. You can pause and continue this tutorial whenever you like by pressing the T key. Before we start, time freeze! Each time my message ends with ... you need to press the left mouse button to continue. Great. Each message without ... will continue after a short time, but you can go ahead by pressing the left mouse button. Everything will be that simple. What's next? As my glorifying owner, you need to give me a good first name. Choose wisely. Enter the name and press... Oh, your name is going to be Tug. Okay. What's next? Best name ever. I mean, I do agree. It's tutorial. Listen to the imp. This time we'll talk about movement. Normal creatures need years to be able to move properly. You'll learn it in just some seconds. Okay. Yeah, and? What's your point, Doc? Normal creatures need years. Okay. Before we start... Oh. Time freeze! Didn't we do this already? Stop chasing. He's chasing me. Movement. WASD. Hold the left mouse button. P key to deactivate or activate panning. Hold left control to move up and down instead of moving forward and backward. Q and E, or middle mouse button to left, right, and rotate. Speed up movement by left shift. Zoom in and out on the mouse wheel. Tilt by using the R and F keys, or middle mouse button. Right mouse button, take your time. You can adjust the control settings. Dauntless. My goodness. So you're basically like where I am every day, Jube, is what you're trying to say. Okay. Got it. Besides moving via manual input, as an awesome and lazy god, you can fly independently. Okay, buddy. To navigate autonomously, just select the mortal or building you want to get to and press the left mouse button. Sin, how's it going? I'm already confused by the movement system. Okay, that goes for life as well. Yeah, what a ride. The right mouse button to move back. Godlike, I mean, yeah. Press the M key. Oh, breathtaking. Select a settlement you'd like to fly to and press the left mouse button. Whoa. I love the name you gave me. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's fair. I'm pretty good, Sin. We're settled into our apartment now. We've been here for like a week, so it's been pretty good. Wolfie Wolf, what's going on? A tad clunky? Really gave you black and white feels? Yeah. Go back to the settlement Yiston. Where's Yiston? Yiston. Hello, Yiston. I am back. A little exercise can be helpful. The tutorial needs to speed up. No more swamp for a backyard, right? Time freeze. To gain more followers, you can cast any wonder. Okay. Executing a wonder grants you belief points from the corresponding settlement. This is very much black and white, huh? There's one wonder that gives you big belief points boost. Spread love. Some people call it propaganda. Psh, it's the most effective if executed on an unbeliever. Execute the unbelievers! No, wait. That's the opposite of what we want to do, right? Hi there. Select the wonder Spread Love. Where's the wonder Spread Love? Is that one of these up here? You. Violence. Oh, violence has 4 points. I only have 2. How do I want Spread Love? Basically, Kellybot. Awesome. Each new follower generates more mana. Believes in Mother Nature. Am I Mother Nature? Hover over the ring for some details. I thought it was Firebolt when he played. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spread love. I want to smite people. The color of the name shown when you hover over a mortal indicates his belief, too. Okay. Believes in Mother Nature. Is it blue? Then he believes in you. How do you feel? I feel like she doesn't believe in me because it's orange. Right? Yeah, fada deum. Love and violence. I mean, they go hand in hand, don't they? Right? There's also bad propaganda. Induce fear. Where's that one? Each wonder type can only be executed once per day per target. You have to choose another mortal. I can't make you feel good and then make you horrified. Chilling. Press the space bar to change to bad wonders. Hi, old man. Have some fear. Now, see, now he believes in me. Believes in you. I inspired love in the other person and they didn't believe in me. But you instill fear and suddenly they're all about you. I am definitely not Mother Nature. So, first of all, you need to become the main god of a settlement by converting at least 50% of its citizens. This is literally Black and White, is what we're playing right now. This is a new version of Black and White. To achieve this goal, if you run low on mana during the day, try to find some ancient relics. Ancient relics? Where's an ancient relic? Hidden all over the island. It's this. it's this, Patient. I'll show you one. Follow the icon to get there. Doc, great to see you, buddy. Thank you for hanging out. I done did found a relic. Good. Execute preserve ancient relic. Extinct ancient relic. Preserve or destroy. Extra mana. Let's get back to the settlement. Okay. Do we get a giant animal to train? I don't know yet. Oh, what are you? Gold! You won't let me interact with the gold yet. Alright, fine. 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 Now let's get back to work. Stop making my screen grainy. Hold the left mouse button to increase wonder power and mana cost. What? Okay. More power means more mana cost, but also more belief points. Do I have to select somebody? Oh, you believe in me. Aw, that's nice. Click on the wonder Spread Love or Infuse Fear and hold the left mouse button. Can I do it on somebody that doesn't believe in me? The longer you hold the left mouse button, the more powerful and more expensive the wonder gets. Okay. We have Infused Fear. Listen to my prayers. Corresponding tooltip highlights all mana cost modifiers. Okay. Become the main god of a settlement. Convert 50% of the settlement. Okay. Can we unpause the game, please? The tutorial text and imp is incredibly slow. Hello. I would like to... Oh, I already... feared you today? Where's someone else? You! Cannot be executed while the... Okay, great. I can't unpause the game! T to pause the tutorial. Okay. There we go. The imp is irritating me. Come here. Spread love? No, I am a wrathful god. You will accept my love. Why don't you believe in me if I've already wrathed on you today? You! Fine, you can have some love. Enjoy my love. What about you? I already wrathed you today. And you don't believe in me. I wrathed you and you don't believe in me. It's mean. No, I wrathed you too. What is that? Ongoing wonder? Oh. It's nighttime. manipulate this settlement. Loot a village. Reduce the workload. Increase the workload. Or face my wrath. Send food. Establish an outpost. Establish a new village. Send wood. Increase productivity. I demand you be more productive. What is this? Build a watchtower? A mortal protection altar. Sure. I don't know what that does. Maybe I should unpause the tutorial. Or I'm just gonna keep stumbling my way through. What is this? Oh, is this my altar of you? Oh, that's me. Do-do-do. That's a pretty cool effect. Dreams influence their decisions. Okay. Manipulations can be done at the main buildings of each village. What is this? Remove building. Shift focus to farm. Village center. Yeah. We already told them to work harder, so I don't know what else I can do. I could loot the village and take all their stuff. That's something we could always do. Define their workload, let them attack each other, send resources to neighbors. Boring. Basic building. We could build a tavern. Residence, shacks, barracks, school, temple, graveyard. Increase fertility. Let's build a tavern. Stormy, how's it going? It is very pretty. Can also let them build some new buildings. You're way behind me here. Yeah. Wait, way ahead of you. We got a thing going up over here that I forget. A protection altar and a tavern. So, you know. Yada, yada, yada. Enter key to continue. You can also let them build some support buildings. Let them build a watchtower to improve their defense value, or build a mortal protection altar to protect against hostile wonders, or whatever you like. Yeah, we did that. We did that. You can also migrate mortals to another settlement. I can take loot from you? Hooray! Oh, these are people praying to me. Got it. Build the barracks. No. Oh no! No extra mana is generated at night. Oh, that's bad. Press the space bar to continue with the next day. Okay. Good morning, peasants. The distance between the target and your altar defines the distance penalty. Become the main god of a settlement, convert 50%. Select settlement to see belief distribution, represented by the colored outer ring of particles. The manipulation loot a villager outpost must be performed on target Yston. Oh. I messed that up. Let's perform a propaganda. You believe in me. You believe in me. when you select a settlement, is that... okay. So let's go. The main building roof has your color too. Okay, so let's go here and convert some people. Ginge, how's it going? Yeah, FLC, it's very, very much black and white vibes. Very, very. Where's people? Hello? You! I can't... Oh, I don't have any mana. Oh no. Oh no. I used all my mana overnight. Well, that's unfortunate. You can accept and fulfill, ignore or reject prayers. Yes. Thank you. Be careful, each reaction influences the behavior of your mortals. Fulfilling a prayer provides you with prayer points which are necessary to level up. Find a praying mortal, accept the prayer, and fulfill it. I think I did? I have no idea. I can't do anything to you because I have no mana. Sigi, how's it going? I don't have enough mana to do anything because I spent it building stuff. I don't think I was supposed to do all the things that I did. And there's just all kinds of wonders going on over there. 2 people prayed to me, Jube. I just ignored them. So, probably, yeah. It is, Sigi. Very much. So turns out you need to pay attention to prayers, and you shouldn't just ignore the prayers of your people if you want to be a successful god. I mean, who knew? Who knew? Matt, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Did you manage to lose the tutorial? I don't know if I can advance. I didn't loot, which I was supposed to. And I didn't fulfill a prayer. So it seems that I have broken the tutorial. But that's the basis of the game. Anyway, we have more to get to, so. Wow, don't open a web page when I quit. Thank you, game. That's not necessary. So if you ever played Black and White, or you like management sims and god games like that, in that vein, you can check that one out. Fada Dam is, it seems like it's heavily inspired to be a successor to Black and White. So no game. Why are you starting back up? No. It just keeps starting up and it keeps opening a website to tell me to wishlist it. Don't bully me, game. Okay, I have killed it. I have struck it down. Let's try. Let's see. Let's try this one. This one is called Children of Silent Town. Is our next demo on the agenda. Well, that's spooky music. All these games keep starting minimized for me. Options. Sound down. Sound down. Sound down. Good God. Okay. Sound down a little more. For Silent Town, it's very loud. Language resolution quality. Okay. What are mini games? That's very pretty. Bloop. Children are always loud? That is completely accurate. Is this one spooky? Draw. Draw. Lucy, 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 someone is calling me. This is a spooky one. I can't hear it. Lucy, help me. I don't want to get closer. Don't turn around. Oh no. What? He looks like an onion.
He chose poorly.
Well times. Oh, hi. Oh, that was a dream. Is that me? That nightmare again. Onions have layers. It's oh, hey, hi. Wow, that was unnecessary. Hello. Lucy, pass the ball, please. I always sit straight up on a wooden bench. Particularly when you're sleeping on it. Right, Bob? You got a ball. You got ball. Oh, thanks. Pass it here. Now I'm gonna go. See ya. Bag. Ball. Child. Thank you. This time I threw it a bit too far. What are you doing? I had another nightmare. Oh, I see. I often have nightmares too. Really? How do you get rid of that feeling? This is Children of Silent Town. So far, creepy. Me? I don't know. Which probably could guess from the title of the game, but... Now Child Bag River. When I'm scared of something, I hide so well that nobody can find me. That's why I'm so good at hide and seek. Want to join us? We're playing in the square, but we need another player. Coraline-esque? A little bit, yeah. Sure. I'll play after a devastating nightmare. Here, take it. It does look like a clay game, like Don't Starve. Sky, you're not supposed to stop the ball. I'm going to show you my super shot. Not again. Sky, cut it short and play by the rules. Show me what you got. Here comes Sky's super shot. Straight into the garden. Little Misfortune or Franbo? Yeah, Franbo, definitely. Yeah, Fody, you want to reset and try again? Here we are again. Lucy, I've been waiting for you. I told you not to be late. Come on, we have to make dinner. Say goodbye to your friends. Dear. Hi, Mom. Yes, I'm coming. I have to go, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye, Lucy. See you. Who's going to get the ball back now? Remember, children, it's almost evening. Go back home soon. Remember, kids. Go to Wawa. That is the cure-all. Ooh. and go for a breakfast burrito. One of the really difficult things about the apartment that we moved into, being over 2 years sober now, is looking out the window, we overlook a liquor store. So when I look out the window, I see a grassy area, a parking lot, and a liquor store. I haven't had Wawa's egg rolls. Actually, when we moved into this apartment building, one of the nurses that Wifeboat used to work with, who retired some years back, who we knew her son in high school, she actually recently moved into this apartment complex as well. So as soon as she found out she was here, tiny little Filipino woman, she brought us like 16 pounds of egg rolls and like noodles and some flan, and she just like showed up with a wagon of food. Here we are. Lucy, about time you showed up. I had to be at home a while ago, am I right? Wawa IRL review stream went. Had the brisket at Wawa yet? No, I've not. Why don't you help your mom, honey? Let's cook some tasty dinner, and then we go to bed early. The new apartment is very close to a Wawa now, so it used to be I had to go like 20 minutes to get to a Wawa, but now it's very close, so it's difficult. Wawa is it's a gas station and convenience store, but they have a fantastic deli. They make really good sandwiches, and they have really decent coffee. So, would watch Mikey and Tug go to Wawa. Your old apartment was across the street from a liquor store? That was dangerous. Yeah, it's, yeah. Don't make us come looking for you next time, okay? Go help mom now. What's this? Oh, it's a cat. Squinty. Squinty the cat. Salt. Up there, the salt is safe from clumsy cats. That is just not true. Anyone who has a cat knows that that salt is anything but safe from the machinations of a cat. That is probably the worst possible place to put a jar of salt. Pots and pans. The fire's almost out. It's a bucket of water. The water basin's pretty full. For today, it will be enough. It became a gas station too, yeah. It was originally just a convenience store. This is Squinty's bed. He sleeps anywhere but here. So Squinty is definitely a cat. This is the candle we use for the cellar. Oh, great. After dinner, Mother plays the lyre. She's very good at it. It's a locked music box. Mom says it's broken, but she keeps it as a keepsake. If you ask Robin what time it is, he always answers, this time yesterday. What? Let's go upstairs. Ignore our responsibilities. Oh, my diary's on the floor. Better keep it with me. You got Lucy's diary. Now you can use the diary. Here, Lucy notes down everything interesting she finds around the village. So this is point-and-click adventure, huh? Squinty's toy. How did it end up here? You got a toy mouse. So is this going to be like a puzzle game? What a shock. It's full of socks. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Creepy drawings on the wall. Great. This is Squinty, my pesty cat. The bed's comfy and warm, but I struggle to fall asleep at night. I keep hearing those roars from the window. Oh, this is my sock sticking out. It's as if the trunk was making faces. Good, you have my permission to stay like this forever. I'm confused. Rope, how's it going? Good to see you again. It's been a while since I last used my ball. Sky always brings his. Is it still inflated? Alright. Cellar. I don't like it much. It's so dark in there, and I hate moisture. Is it moist down there? Come on, sweetheart, let's make some dinner. Can you grab the saucepan? You got a small pan. Moist. I did grab this. Oh, do I have to hand you the saucepan? Here. Thank you, sweetheart. Now let's see. I might need something else. The fireplace needs wood. Pick up some from the chest and rekindle it. I'll start working the stew. Watch you don't burn your fingers. Squinty. Squinty. You're heavy. I know what'll get you to move. Hey, Squinty, looky here. Haha, stupid cat. Oh no, not the basement. Phew. Luckily, it didn't fall onto the ground. It makes a really nice sound. You found a note. What? Lucy notes down every unusual sound she hears into her diary, creating melodies. Oh. Once a melody is complete, you can use it in your adventure. Oh. Oh, right, the fire. You got wood. Dun, dun, dun. Now we're gonna sing, yeah. There we go. All done. I hear some crackling. I guess the wood was enough. I need salami now. Could you fetch it for me? It's in the cellar. Be careful with the stairs and use a candle. You'll need some light. You got a candle. Is it lit? Here it is. I should light it up. So no, it is not lit. You lit the candle and put it back
a generous bestowal
in your bag.
MMMMM moist. Harunicorn moist. MOIST.
Thank you for the bits, Zelda. The room is now lit. I can go downstairs. Hey, Squinty, trying to get some fish? I got some salami. I said that very loud, and I'm suddenly happy that I'm home alone. Dad says if we dry fish, it will last for a long time. Why are you like this, Bopper? Thank you so much for gifting Moist a sub. Moist. Welcome back. Enjoy your emotes. And stay moist. Blame society. It's fair. I made this when I learned how to drive nails. Hammering them is hard. Ronan. Maybe one day I should take them out. That's a hint.
Hold up, Tug isn't dead? Moist, 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 moist.
As always, as ever, remember, be moist to each other. I don't know why it changes halfway through Lala, but I appreciate it. Ronan, thank you so much for 2 years. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. It's an old rusty sickle. I love that Gandalf has a cameo in every game. Bob, thank you for gifting Goist a sub. Welcome back. Okay, what's that? Not easy to grab them when they're up so high, but the cat likes ham as much as we do. Act like the cat can't get that stuff up there. Now that I think about it... Squinty, leave that fish be. Imagine a cat listening to what you say. What a pest. Are you talking about Luca? We don't talk about Luca no more. It's been 2 days already. His father didn't want people to know, but it's crystal clear. Oh no. This didn't happen in a long time. Will we ever be free? And now the creepy stuff starts. Don't be a fool. It will never end. Do not forget. This is why we have rules. Dear, nobody can forget that. Never. Not even for one night. How can you say such things? It's been a long time since silence fell on this village. Yeah, I know, but it happened, and it will happen again. We were caught off guard. What will his father do now? Lucy! Do, do, do. I am hydrating. Since there's no cam to prove it. The white eyes are creepy. The whole game is creepy. I'll go see him tomorrow. Let's try not to think about it now. Alright, so this is a point-and-click adventure kind of creepy game. So, yeah. It's interesting. The music's fantastic, and it seems like we're going to be gathering musical notes and stuff for different songs. And you can click on the notes and she sings the note. All right. We'll we'll wrap this one up here. That's very pretty. Music's fantastic. It seems like there's some mini games and stuff, so that one might be worth a go. If you're into point-and-click adventure games that have a creepy vibe, that one seems really good. Seems like it's going to be either incredibly sad, incredibly creepy, or both. So, there you go. Children of Silent Town. We'll jump into another one. I have a couple more to jump into. Let me take a quick break. I just need to take a quick bathroom break. So real quick, 2-minute break. Now's a great time to grab a drink, grab a snack, get up, move around if you can, stretch your legs. Yeah, I think Beacon Pines is going to get creepy as well. That one, Beacon Pines is going on my to-buy list, as well as The Wandering Village that we played on Tuesday is going on my list to buy. There's been a couple that I'm probably going to end up picking up. So far, at least. So, all right. So I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Keep in mind I do run some quick ads while I'm on my BRB screen, so it's an even better excuse to look away from the screen for a minute. I will be right back. What? 9,000.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Enchantment! 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 The library. Books are safe. Like glow rings, and it makes it glow. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that was unexpected. This is unexpected. This is bad. This is bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Woo! Oh, it's perfection. It's perfection. How? Perfect timing, man. Perfect timing. I am the master of the moonwalk bug. Outlast is a terrible game for terrible people. Stupid, stupid game. That was a payoff for something. I don't remember. I was forced into it. It was not my choice. Okay. It's a baby game. No. Phasmo is a baby game for babies. No, Outlast was decent. Among the few horror games that I've played, it was probably the best, like, quote-unquote horror experience. Other ones had moments, but that was the best overall one. See, countertop, Alien Isolation would be my favorite if it was 5 hours shorter. If, spoilers real quick, fingers in ears if you don't want to hear slight spoilers for the progression of Alien Isolation. After the first time you quote-unquote defeat the alien, and you have that whole thing where there's like the tension of like, is it gone? But you absolutely know it's not gone, and you have to deal with the androids and everything. If they cut that whole section out, it would have been a much better game. Like, eject the alien and then immediately cut to like the engine room stuff where you see the swarm of them and things. It would have paced a lot better and just been a more satisfying experience. I really feel like it took too long. All of the elements of it were great, except for that. It just felt like it should have ended so much sooner. 5 hours might be an overstatement, but definitely cut out some chunks. That whole middle part with the androids just seemed like a late addition. It seemed like something that the producers of the game went back and were like, we need to pad out the length of the game in order to hit a certain price point. So they went back and put stuff in. It's a great game overall. I think they did really well with it. It's probably the best Alien game out there overall. I haven't really played a ton of them, but it's good. It's just, it got a little long. So, okay, let's try out a game called The Serpent Rogue. This game, I debated about firing up this game, but I decided to play this one today. So The Serpent Rogue is a demo on Steam. You can check it out. It looks really cool. It's loud, like all games are. The developers of this game, Senji, are based in the Ukraine. So development of this game might not be completed with things that are going on. However, wishlisting the game is a very small way that you can support a company that is based in the Ukraine and everything that's going on there. It is a very small piece that takes nothing other than clicking a button that can offer some semblance of support to people who are going through just absolutely horrific stuff. Okay. No vibration. No screen shake. Thanks. 2010 Alien vs. Predator with its 3 campaigns is among one of your favorite Alien Universe games. You know what? I never played those, Memento. Okay. Start game. Choose your appearance. Select. At the crossroads of existence, there is a serpent that bites her own tail. On and on she gnaws, without ending or beginning, only harmony. And yet, there are those who would sicken her and force her jaw open. For there are things which thrive only in discord and ruin. The cycle broken, balance undone. Until all that is left is the poison of the serpent rogue. Nice opening. Brewing the world. Oh. There is someone creepy standing on the rock over there. See. I'm a warden, 25 HP, 25 food. Vivid human male. Ability, intelligence. Can use instruments and defend against incoming attacks. Okay. Don't know what any of that means. Nothing in my inventory. My journal. Tea leaf. You don't yet know how to use this. Human. I am a human. Originally foreigners, they've managed to carve a place for themselves, even if only temporarily. Still, they take as much as they leave, and all of their fears, doubts, and misgivings eventually become a natural part of this realm. Interesting. Wardens. Spawned from the void beyond existence to restore the natural order of things, wardens meddle, model, mold, and make whatever they want or need from the manifestations all around them, and recede once they're no longer needed. Their sigil is the serpent, and that's as much as anyone knows about them. Okay. It's my... yeah, okay. Gergi, how's it going? Hi. Solomon. The first steps are always the hardest. Don't worry, you'll soon grow accustomed to your body. You've quite a task ahead of you. It won't be easy. I'll make sure to teach you all the right lessons. For instance, that'll be your transport out of this in-between. We will meet again, Warden, in a more stable place. And by the way, I'd run if I were you. The corruption is coming. I can sprint. Oh. Are you the corruption? Oh, that's my stamina bar. Okay. Sprint. Do not like. Oh, 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 oh. Ow. Oh. Well, that escalated quickly. Begin the journey. I like that. The tutorial's over. Go! I hope everything calms down for you soon, Gurgi. Creepy bird horse. Finally, after such a long journey, there it is. The source of corruption. Its blight spreads like wildfire. Given time, it'll consume everything. This cannot stand. There is much to be done. The corrupted land. Can I turn the camera or anything? Oh, oh, I can attack. Okay, so it's a fixed camera. Oh, I can pan. How many games have we made it through? How many have we played? 5? A corrupted dog. Poor creature. The corruption truly spares no one. It has no inventory on it. The music is Witcher-esque. I've tried not to linger over long on too many. Ooh, I got stuff. Coins, picklocks, and damage. A harmful brew that reduces vitality, ideal for combat situations. Okay. Worm. I got a worm. Worm obtained. Oh. Hello. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. Why do you hurt me so? Jeez. Oh, that was honestly probably exactly what you expected to happen. Can I get... Do I have a weapon? I have cheese. Cheese. Melts in your mouth. How is my... I have to manage... Is this hunger? I'm assuming? I don't think the cheese heals me. Two red things? Is that health? Maybe? Oh, I can eat the worm, too. Great. Cheese is only a weapon if you're lactose intolerant. It's fair. Ooh. Ooh, hello. Brew. Learning the craft. Care to brew that special potion? Before you can use an ingredient, you must research it in the research laboratory first. Collect knowledge about brewing and experiment with bases and ingredients to discover the true power of alchemy. Be aware that crafting potions without knowing the right recipe can result in the ingredients being wasted. Okay. WeFormer, how's it going? I'm not going to craft right now. Thanks. Is this research? Research. In order to learn how to use an ingredient, you must study a few samples of it first. Each ingredient needs to be researched once before they can be used directly in crafting. Okay. Got it. How do I add all? There's nothing I can add right now. Okay. What's this? Wear hat. Oh. Can I change my hat? What even is that hat? And it's called Ain't Nobody Got Time for That. It's a bell tower? What? What even... Suck out the poison. I'm absolutely wearing that hat. Okay. This looks like a warden's chest, a special container built especially for your kind. Warden chests are connected in such a way that items stored in one location can be taken from another. But who knows how many there are and who left them here. Okay. We don't really have anything to store yet. Oh, we can cook. You can use a cooking place such as this to enhance the properties of your dishes. Each cooking attempt requires a piece of log, which can be converted into charcoal later. Be aware that cooking without knowing the right recipe can result in the ingredients being wasted. Okay. She's actually doing much better than we anticipated, Gurgi. There's all this stuff, but maybe there's something in the warden's chest I can take. Oh, there is. Portable lab recipe. Chicken form. Transforms the user into another creature with all of their strengths and weaknesses. And some healing potions. Let's take those. Portable lab recipe. And a couple more damage things. Okay. Can I learn? Use. Aha! Got it. Okay, so our hunger is slowly growing. Dead dude. Thank you so much for 18 months. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you again. Ingredient found. Ingredients can be used to craft powerful potions with unique effects, from raising the hollow to transforming yourself into another species. But before you can use such ingredients, first you need to study their structure in a research laboratory. Ooh, that sounds good. Ah, Solomon, hello. And the wardens meet, away from the darkness but under a shadow. Wardens are sworn to serve the cycle and protect balance, and yet this is a dangerous place even for our kind. Why don't you try and explore this area for materials and equipment? It's worth training your offensive skills with the dummy as well. This is not a peaceful realm. Not anymore. Do I have a weapon? Metal scrap. Train my skills at the dummy. So, like, do I level up hand to hand? Portable lab can be used to create simple potions on the move. It requires wood, cloth, metal. Okay. And we dog. Oh, dogs. That's fair reform. Oh. What? What perk? I got a perk from going in the water? Soaked with water. That's not really a perk. Raw fish. Are they dead, though? There's something moving under the surface. Looks like fish bones. Throwing a worm in the water might force them to emerge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can swing with the worm. I'm catching fish bones. I don't know what I'm doing with them, but I'm catching fish bones. Oh, the worm is gone. Okay. Let's see if we can research these ingredients. We can. are. And berries. Okay, so we need 3. Okay, so only 2 more of those. Got it. It seems to be a RPG survival game. Incognito. When you enter stealth mode, you can move around unseen and analyze creatures without incurring risk. Stealth mode also allows you to pickpocket, but use this skill cautiously as it will draw attention to you and blow your cover. I'm a tree. No one here but us mushrooms. I need a shovel. Okay. Oh, hello. Tea leaves. Oh, collecting tea leaves blew my cover. A pumpkin. What is this? The fascinating little box, isn't it? It's used not only to research new ingredients, but also to create powerful potions on the go. This one is mine, but you can take it. No worries, I'll create another one for my own later on. Give it a try and research a few ingredients with it. Remember, in case you lose it somewhere in the wastelands, you can always use the research table in the house. Research. Boom. We researched the tea leaves. So now we should be able to make something with the tea leaves. We should be able to finish the research on the berries, too. I still need to find a weapon of some sort. Okay, berries are done. Does that mean I can... craft? Sloppy potion. Okay. That didn't work. Katybot, how's it going? Apparently blueberries and tea just made a sloppy potion, so. Ooh, coins. Camp. I don't have a shovel to dig. It's over here. Just the fish pond? What do I do about that door? Ooh, chop. There's a... Can I equip anything to swing with? Not really, no. Ooh, ow, ow. Nope, nope, that's not working. That's not working. That's just hurting. Jeff, how's it going? It's great to see you. I hope you're doing well. I should prepare for my journey first. What? Investigate locations. Alright, so maybe we need to go back out the way we came. Hive, how's it going? We've been going through a bunch of games during the event. It's a really, really fun event. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to tell us a little bit about your game. Where am I? Seems like a really fun guy. Okay. Okay. Oh, do I have to pick this up first? Is that why it's not letting me go? Okay. It's my Tug Dad emote, Jeff. I figured it works out pretty well. What is add? Oh, contains an essence of add. Contains an essence of remove. Filters substances out of the body. Its effects can either be harmful or benign depending on dose. Juicy berries that provide an interesting effect to brewed potions. The power of creation. Interesting. Where do I... Kiosk. The kiosk. Lost souls are drawn to it like moths to a flame. So much left undone. It's hard coming to terms with it. I don't know what to do, so they leave requests. You wouldn't understand. Wanting is unique to those who lived. That's why we can help, and that's why we earn their rewards. Their dear gold, their precious hope. Request spot. Someone is in dire need of a healing potion. Execute. The request is done. Okay. You know, were it up to me, you would never have come to this place to face something so dangerous. On a giant procedurally generated maze with fully destructible walls so you can carve through a labyrinth your heart's content, the corners of the maze are 4 alien nests which you want to protect. Spawn swarms of highly customizable aliens. Human enemies crash into the corner. Huh. Oh, okay. You know what? I think I did see that one, Hive. Now that you describe it, it does sound familiar. There's so many... There's like... What was it? Over 600 games on the Next Fest? Pretty interesting. Thank you, Zelda. There you go. If you guys want to wishlist it or try the demo, there you go. I highly recommend everyone... Seahorse, great to see you. Everyone, like, take advantage of the Next Fest. There are so many, like Hive Defender, there are so many little indie games that you will never really get an opportunity to see. And this event is a great chance to support small devs. Like, this game, like many of the games that we've tried today, are games that I never would have seen or had come across my plate. Did we have a command for that? No. Just go to steam.com. steampowered.com and you'll see it. It's on the main page. There's an ancient tree with roots that spread far and wide, and that tree, it burns with a ruinous flame. The corruption, of course, and it wouldn't let you through, not without a fight anyway. Good luck. I hope we'll meet again before the end. To fast travel to another location, select the menu and choose the map. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Tube. There you go. I got an axe!
A generous bestowal.
Patch. Patch is back.
I started crying when Dad was cutting onions. Onions was such a good dog.
Oh, Jesus, Patch. Okay, I have an axe now. Decided not to include the part of the link that makes the language finish. Smeltery. Berries, berries, berries. Penny says hi to everybody. Ooh, crusty bread. Actually, speaking of crusty bread, I need to eat. Let's eat crusty bread. Consume. Okay. We ate bread. What is this? World Tome 3.
No.
Is there a way to get that? There's something up there. I don't know how to get that, though. See, thank you so much for the lurk. I hope you feel better. Smashy, smashy. Ooh, more crusty bread. What? The The well's whispering. Can you hear it? It does, it does. The bustling murmurs of creation rising fiercely into this realm. Don't believe me? Press your ears, throw a coin, make a wish, and you shall have a glistening remedy against corruption. Drop coins. The well speaks to you in a voice made of shimmering light. Its words warm you from within. I have to throw 100 coins in? I don't have 100 coins. I have 15. Yeah, if you missed the beginning when we started this game, the developer of this game, it's published by Team 17, but the developer of this game, they are a developer from the Ukraine. So, with everything going on, even just wishlisting this game on Steam is a huge show of support for the things that they're going on, because they don't know at this point, like, when they're going to be able to work on the game again, because the world is a terrible place. So this is a very, very, very easy and tiny thing you can do to support just some part of the Ukraine and everything that's going on. So, Angel, how's it going? I missed you come in. I hope you're doing well. This is the pantry, a great place to store food. If you manage to find human followers, they can feed themselves. You can get followers? There's a cooking thing. Okay. Let's get some more berries. That seems like the easiest way to get food. Let's start a cult! Huzzah! Hello, rogue. There was someone waiting for me, far and away on the other side of the other side. But now, the farewell pier is hidden, covered by the looming vines, the killer plants, the breaker vines. They endure safely from the no more fire for a much-needed cleansing. Those tall plants, looming vines, he called them. Perhaps there's some information to be gained about it nearby. Ow, ow. Okay, can I cut them? Nope. The axe does nothing. That looks like a torch? Do we need fire? Maybe we need fire. Ooh, aloe. More aloe. We're going to have to research aloe. Can I put that... Portable lab. Use. Haha! Nice. Research. Adds vitality. Okay. So I wonder if we combine blueberries and aloe, if we'll get a healing potion? We could try. Nope. That's a sloppy potion. That didn't work. Okay. Those gates are locked. Let's look over here. More aloe. Oujze, how's it going? We've all had a sloppy potion in our times. That's accurate. Have you even lived? We need a shovel. Was there a shovel, like, hanging out somewhere? What is that just... Ooh, charcoal. Okay. What's the smeltery do? Enhance or forge? Helter Smelter. Fantastic. Smeltery can be used to make or enhance basic instruments with crafting materials. Each crafting attempt requires a piece of charcoal. Enhancing requires spectral fuel. Be aware that smelting without knowing the right recipe can result in the ingredients being wasted. I don't think I want to smelt metal scrap. That's probably not going to go well. You can go up the hill. Are those puppies? Puppies. Puppies. You hear threatening growling barking nearby. I don't think it's puppies. These hounds seem to have gone feral and are fighting each other. That one seems mean. No, where are you going? Come back here. Come. Ran away. This guy looks sad. Don't be sad, little puppy. Those hounds were actually fighting over scraps, but this one looks too weak to defend itself. Aw. Maybe if it was fed? Beastmaster. If you want to tame a creature, first you need to research what they eat so you can feed them and earn their trust. All research results will be displayed in your journal. The more creatures of the same species you find, the more information about them you'll learn. Journal. Dog. Raw meat or a baked meat pie. Okay. I don't think I have any raw meat. Oh, I have raw fish. He does not want raw fish. Okay. Are these dog eggs? Why are there... This looks like an animal feeder. Could come in handy when nourishing tamed creatures. Okay. If you can get some in here. Alright, we need to find raw meat for the doggo. Smashy, smashy. Lots of cheese and bread. Ooh, an egg. Why was there a sunny side up egg in a barrel? We can rest. And here's our magical chest. We could turn into a chicken. Yeah. You don't store your sunny side up eggs in barrels, Jeff? That is... Do you even call yourself a millennial? At that point? Alright, I need fire of some sort. We're gonna figure that out. It's all the rage. Can I... No, no! That wasn't what I wanted to do, but sure. I got another axe. Such a heavy burden. You're carrying too much weight, resulting in slow movement and an inability to fast travel. Consider dropping some items. No. I will not. Oh, wow. That's very slow. Where was that building with the chest? It was right up here, right? We'll get there. So as I was saying, I will not needlessly drop items on the ground. We just have to get into this building to the chest. That's you carrying clay into your upstairs studio. This is how I was walking for like 3 days after we moved. Open inventory. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thank you so much for 30 months.
Love sign.
I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Let's put that away. Put that away. Put that away. That away. That away. That away. That away. that away. The tomes. I wonder if we have to read the tomes in order to get progress. Okay. This is the Valheim way as well? Yeah. You make your way back to your base and drop stuff off. Oh, you can't eat berries. Huh. Interesting. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, I wanted to read those tomes. Use. Oh, I got information on looming vines. That seems important, since we have looming vines. The Whispering Well, looming vines, a twisted vine that grows in narrow passages and corners where it can hunt and consume its favorite prey, unaware souls. The looming vine's only known weakness is fire, forcing it to recede into the very cracks from which it sprouts. I was right, we need to find a torch of some sort. Or craft a torch? Something. Is there anything in here? I have... Well, I just put charcoal in the chest. I wonder if there is a way to craft a torch, or do we have to find one? I don't have a recipe for it. Let's go this way. Maybe we'll find something. To the wasteland. It's always a good place to start. Where do you want to start exploring? Let's go to the wasteland. The wasteland, just like the old warden said, which means that must be the corrupted tree. Yummy. This visual reminds me of Twilight Princess. There must be some way to heal that maelstrom and clear the passage. Oh, so we can get into the ruins. Okay. 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 Ooh, message in a bottle. Sealed message. Can I equip it? Hey, torch recipe. Nice. Can I see that? Quests. Recipes. Oh wait, I have to use it first. That's right. Use. There we go. That's better. Torch. Wood. Cloth. Where do I get cloth? I've seen Wally. I know how this ends. What are you? It's a little whirlwind. Moonstone, sulfur, empty bottle, egg, textiles, torches. Oh. Was that like info about the zone? I can chop this. Hey, we got logs. Okay. That's one piece of what we need. Now we just need to find textiles. That should be easy, right? Where do you go to find your textiles? The wasteland, obviously. A wild rat. Ooh, can I take that torch? Torch! Yes. Nice. Oh, there's enemies. Hello. Oh, you got more hit points than the last one. Ow! Don't hit me with your tail. Oh, my stamina. Oh, stamina. Can I dodge? Oh, I can block. Got him. Oh, that's bad. Ow! That went poorly. Let's have a health potion. Ooh, a chest. The skeleton key. Some chests are locked that need to be picked open before you can have access to their contents. To start, choose a direction in which to move your pick lock. Be aware that choosing the wrong direction will force you to start over, and it might break your pick lock as well. Oh, so there's 4 inputs and you have to choose up or down for each one. Well, that went well. Okay. That's an interesting minigame. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not complex, Mags, but it's a series of 50-50 guesses. So, I don't know, there's no skill to that, right? It's not really a skillful minigame, it's just a guessing game. Which, I mean, is what it is. Oh, oh, oh! Get out, get out, get out! Okay, we can't swim. Noted. Nope, 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 nope. How? Oh, hi. Oh, you're a big boy. You're a big boy who hurts. Ow. Oh, stamina. Oh, stamina. Oh, stamina. Hurt. Thank you for the lurk, Mags. Okay, that went poorly. Let's not trigger any more of those. Ooh, hello. What is up here? Open takes a... This chest is sealed with a strange lock and there's an inscription beside it. My prize is under protections 3, which only the one that glows shall see. We need 3 pieces of moonstone. Okay. We have 0 pieces of moonstone. Ooh, ooh. Is that a tiny chicken? Why is there a tiny corrupted chick? Wait, did my axe break? Oh no, my axe broke. That's bad. Oh, there's some moonstone. I need to go back to my hut and get my other axe. I didn't know there was weapon durability. Chickens! Stop killing the chickens. How do I leave? Where do I go? Wait, where did I come in? Was it over here? Camp. Yes, okay. There seems to be a lot going on in this game. Let's get rid of this corruption. I don't know what Oh, because I have Moonstone on me? Oop. Yeah, it's real nice. It's a very, like, we talked about it a lot, like, games that have a simple style, but they do it very well, are awesome. So the rogue ran to the pier. Great music, too. Real good. Alright, I think that's... Let's call that one there. That's a pretty good look at that. That seems like that's going on my... That's absolutely going on my wish list and buy list. That one comes out. The release date for that one is actually listed 26th of April. So that seems like it's going to be real interesting. Lots of crafting and I think it's single player only, but that looks like it's going to be a pretty fun game. I liked that one a lot. All right. Looking at the time and the fact that my voice is starting to die because I'm not used to talking so much, given my lack of streaming for the last 2 months, that's where I'm going to wrap up for today. I'm going to take Penny out anyway. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all enjoyed the demos. There's a list in Streaming Talk and Discord if you wanted to see the demos that we played on Tuesday and also today. We are going to see a house tomorrow morning, so there will be no stream tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to have some streams next week. I will let you all know what the schedule for that is going to be on my socials and in Discord, so stay tuned to those. There's also the schedule page underneath my channel. I will update that over the weekend as I figure out what the schedule for next week looks like, but definitely going to try to get at least 2 streams in every week at a minimum, hopefully more as we get settled in and start to develop a new routine in the apartment for now. So that's all I got for today. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Make sure you hang out after the credits. We're going to raid somebody and spread that tug love. So until next time. Oh, Kiri, thank you so much for the raid. I know you were doing demos too, and I was literally just about to click over and see if you were still going for a little while to to raid you, since we were just doing some demos as well. What games did you play today? We went through like 6 or 7. It's okay, Kiri. Thank you. I really, really appreciate the raid. We just played the Serpent Rogue, which is by a Ukrainian dev. I just want to give that a shout again. If you have the opportunity, the Serpent Rogue, really cute, fun, single-player crafting game with exploration, a little bit of combat, really cool art style, and they are a Ukrainian dev, so if you want to wishlist that, it comes out in April. It's a very, very small thing that you can do that will support some folks who are going through a hard time right now, so... yeah, The Wandering Village was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. That's immediately going on my buy list. We did Fata Diem today as well, which is very much like a recreation of Black and White, which was really good. We also played Amy, which is a kind of puzzle platformer that got weird real quick. Children of Silent Town was really cool. That's a point-and-click adventure, had a little bit of horror elements. Chambers of Devious Design we played as well, which is kind of a board game adaptation, like The Castle of Mad King Ludwig. That one was interesting. We played a bunch on Tuesday as well. Beacon Pines, gorgeous. I broke the tutorial too. Okay, so it wasn't just me. I also broke the tutorial. And that makes me feel better, because I thought it was just me. Yeah, Beacon Pines. If you didn't see me playing some Beacon Pines, that looks incredible. If you like branching story games, that looks like it's going to be absolutely wonderful. So Beacon Pines, gorgeous art style, great music and sound, and the storytelling in that looks absolutely fantastic. It's going to have a branching tree where you can go back and redo different decisions. You collect charms, which are just words that you insert into conversations, and that changes the branch that you're on. It looks wonderful. The former English major in me is absolutely salivating to play that. So Beacon Pines is definitely going to be on my buy list for that. So all right, so what we're going to do now, Kiri, thank you again so much for the raid. If you guys don't know 2D Kiri, please go give her a follow. She's absolutely wonderful, plays a ton of simulation games. As in her name, she plays a lot of 2D games. So please, please, please go give Kiri a follow. She's absolutely fantastic. We're going to go see Mr. JJM Jimerson, who is a longtime friend of the channel. And we'll pass the raid of love on from Kiri over to Jim, so you can go watch Jim play. He's doing a Stardew Valley challenge run, so that's going to be fantastic. Thank you again for the raid, Kiri. Sorry to have to pass it along. I really appreciate it. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I'll be back next week. Twitter and Discord if you want to find out what days I'm going to be streaming next week. I'm aiming for at least 2, maybe more. We'll see as we settle into the apartment and get cozy here. So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. So until next time, as always, as ever, remember, be good to each other. Bye, everybody.